There is only one presence and one power active within me and throughout the universe. God, the good, omnipotent.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast. This is Unity Church of Chatsworth. Our spiritual leader, Reverend John Washington, and I am Michelle Washington, RN, pastoral nurse.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. Paraphrasing from the New Testament book of James, chapter 5, verses 13 and 14. Paraphrasing from the New International Version. Is anyone among you in trouble? Let them pray. Is anyone happy? Let them sing songs of praise. Is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord.
From The Revealing Word by Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. The metaphysical meaning of healing. Healing. The first step in all spiritual healing is to believe. And the next step is openness and receptivity to the stream of healing life. Through the exercise of faith and our words, our spiritual quality is fused into unity with the power of the Christ, and the work is marvelously accomplished. Happy Halloween! All things are basically energy, and they change
Very good.
from one form to another. And when I think of transmutation, you mentioned butterflies and caterpillars. I think of water and ice. I think of water being converted to ice. So we have the zealot, Simon, who is, as you mentioned, a military person, but he becomes, and we talked about this last week again, and we're talking about it again, because he takes that energy. He takes that fire that he has as a military individual, and he changes that into a fire for spirit and for preaching. So he transmutes, if you will, the energy that he brings with him to the 12.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. And again, this is a realization, I'm going to say, of Reverend John, since I'm a student of Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill. I am in Unity, a Unity minister, so I am a student of Charles Fillmore, where we had the revealing word and the wonderful reading by Michelle of transmutation. But I'm also a student of Stan Lee. Stan Lee, producer, director, owner of Marvel Comics and Marvel World. And as you were reading about these changing energy forms, I was thinking of, Michelle, Dr. David Banner. Dr. David Banner, who when he becomes angry, that green color comes out, and he becomes, who knows what he becomes? He becomes the Incredible Hulk. And his form changes. He becomes he starts as a small man, and he becomes this giant Hulk of a character. And that is that idea for me of transmutation.
Oh, that's why you put the emphasis on
yes, that mutation or mutant.
Okay.
And that is what we have with this multi-million-dollar idea that came from producer, director, writer, creative talent, and businessman Stan Lee. It is not I, but the Christ within who does the work.
you for listening to our podcast. Have a blessed week.